And if you want to talk about the holidays, which I actually would prefer, do you fear spending time with your families during the holidays, and why? Because it's an important topic. Everyone tends to glorify their family, and yet when they get together they're a little anxious about it. I mean, I know men who are very hard workers. They're obsessed. They're workaholics. And they're terrified to be with their relatives this weekend because they don't know what to say to them. They're with in-laws who are not in their field or profession. They have nothing in common with them except perhaps a tint of blood. And they have no idea what to say to them. Now, I'm not trying to debunk the holiday. Don't get me wrong. I love Thanksgiving. Even though I won't be with family, no. I do love the holiday. It brings back some great memories. I have almost no bad memories. But I feel that it needs to be discussed, that element of it. Again, if you have something to talk about in that regard, we're open for business at 855-400-SAVAGE. And I want to talk about the kids themselves at these Thanksgiving dinners. For example, what if you have teenage kids and they're forced into a Thanksgiving dinner situation with distant relative kids at the same age bracket, and they say, oh, here's your cousin Patrick. He's from Duluth. And they sit and meet each other for the first time, and they don't like each other. The boys look at each other. They see they don't get along, and they're very uneasy with each other. I mean, you think about that? Oh, see, you assume the kids are going to get along. They may not. Or worse yet, what if, and this is another what if. It's a what if at Thanksgiving dinner or other family gatherings that are somewhat forced. What if a boy relative is introduced to a cousin who's a girl relative, and they have eyes for each other? Then what happens? Now, I wouldn't say that's related to confounding variables, but it does create stresses that people don't want to talk about. And yet we can talk about the family tree. I love this whole thing with Ancestry.com. Why would you want to know who's in your past? Are you assuming that everyone in your family was a sterling individual? Take a look at the Kennedys if you want to look into what can happen to a family. So every family tree has people they're proud of for sure, and they advertise, but aren't there people in your family tree that you'd like to keep quiet about? There must have been a drug runner somewhere, a rum runner, rather. There must have been an idiot somewhere in an asylum. There had to be somebody, and this leads us to something I'm going to do for your listening entertainment on the Savage Nation. Admittedly, I know the audience is probably minimal tonight, but that's okay. I'm doing the show as if the restaurant's open for business, and I prepared dinner for everybody. I have a very rare treat for you on this program at some point when it fits, which is of the great American author Henry Miller, reading from one of my favorite novels, Black Spring, the piece that brought people to tears when I played it 2 years ago on my show, where he talks about bringing his relative to an insane asylum and how it ripped him apart when he took her there and left her there behind the gates, and how it just tore his heart out. And everybody has someone in their family who is just not perfect, and what it does to you. So let's carry on now on the Savage Nation. Before we go to the callers here, and we've got loads of callers calling into the program, let's have a little Dean Martin with Let It Snow. No, Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Helms will be nice. That's a little upbeat.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels